Protesters clashed outside a Wisconsin courtroom today as the jury deliberated the fate of 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse. He's charged with killing 2 men and wounding a third at a protest in Kenosha last August. Deliberations began after the field of 18 jurors was narrowed to 12 after their numbers were placed on pieces of paper in a lottery tumbler in the courtroom. And Rittenhouse himself picked 6 pieces of paper that were used to identify the alternate jurors. It was unusual. A courtroom clerk is usually responsible for that task, not the defendant. Deliberations will pick up again in the morning. The prosecution in the trial of 3 men accused of killing ARBERY has rested its case after 8 days of testimony. The state medical examiner was the key witness today. He testified that no matter what life-saving measures police attempted, ARBERY would still have died. Prosecutors have said while ARBERY was seen inside the unsecured home on several occasions, he never stole anything or damaged any property. In the largest outbreak in Minnesota prison systems in months, nearly a quarter of the inmates in St. Cloud have COVID-19. The Department of Corrections reports 242 positive cases right now at that facility alone. As Liz Collin reports, it comes at a time staffing levels inside are being called into question.
The Department of Corrections told WCCO it's working with the Department of Health to get to the bottom of the COVID outbreak in St. Cloud. They point to a variety of factors at play: growing rates of community spread, needed booster shots as vaccines wear off, along with social distancing and mask compliance issues among staff during break times.
This is a department-wide problem, and this is a safety issue.
New COVID concerns at Minnesota Prison come at a time the union representing corrections officers has sounded the alarm over what they call dangerous staffing levels statewide. Made worse, they say, through a pandemic that caused some to retire early, unable to feel safe in a difficult setting for a highly infectious disease.
Some people chose to make that decision to leave a job that they loved and they were committed to, some early than they wanted to.
Dan Gorman says in his 16 years at Stillwater Prison, he's never seen staff numbers so low.
They're required to work sometimes 16 hours back-to-back days to make sure that we have the coverage needed and the coverage necessary to maintain the security levels of these institutions.
Concerns echoed by another corrections officer at Oak Park Heights who asked to stay anonymous.
Absolutely never seen staffing levels or the morale so bad.
But 3 years after a violent stretch took the lives of 2 of their colleagues, there is fear about the future.
We as a union have vowed and been committed to ensure that that never happens again. And I feel we're kind of traveling down that same path.
The Department of Corrections acknowledges recruitment and retention has been a challenge. 80% of Minnesota's prison population is vaccinated. Only 65% of workers are. Don't go anywhere. Beth is next with sports.